Welcome viewers to Softudemy, a software engineering academy. Today we will learn about retain logic and progress override in during updating your progress in a project. Here we have a project example A B C D E F G H I J activities. So if you do not subscribe my channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to press the bell icon, like, comment and share with your friends. So let's continue our view of our project. So developing project plans in Primavera P6 involves identifying the sequence or network logic in which your activities should occur. The network logic is strategic in the calculation of a critical path method schedule, which is calculated based upon the activity duration, and network logic, which based on network logic, that is predecessor successor relationship. The schedule's early dates are calculated during the forward pass and the late dates are calculated during the backward pass. The optimized project plan becomes the basic for the baseline or targeted plan, which is utilized for performance measurement. So this video demonstrates about how the option for calculating the schedule when activities occur out of sequence. So that's violating the network. So let's see here we have a activities A B C D E F G H I which are progress. For example, on 1st of August, today, if it's 1st of August 2021, we select this data date, and here before selecting data date I just update an activity D status started finished on it started on 18 of July and finished on 29 of July. So we will see how this activity will impact on your schedule while we updating it on out of the sequence. Let's press F9. Go in the option, we have a retained logic scheduling progress activity use. So when we use retained logic, so we will see what the impact is. We close here, already retained logic option is selected. Now we will schedule this one on the data date of 1st of August. Here this activity is done out of the sequence. The time is passed. This activity A, B, C is not done, but the activity D, which is a random activity, is done. See what happens. The activity A, B, C continue its relationship, but D drops its relationship, and then E continued after C. So after D, this activity should done after this date. Why it's doing after C? So this C, E have also a relationship circle that's allow C should be done after E. Sorry, E should be done after C sequence. So when using retained logic, the activity that starts out of sequence cannot finish until its predecessor has finished. The remaining duration of the out of sequence activity will be scheduled to begin after the predecessor is scheduled to finish. Retained logic respects the network logic. So during the retained logic, it's obviously from the name we can understand that retained logic means that it will retain its logic. It will retain its critical path. It will done only after C. So while we scheduling an activity out of sequence and using retained logic option in scheduling here, it will focus on the network logic. So we will use progress override right now. We will see how this will impact. So we will save this one. We will see it again, progress override here. We will close this one, and now we will schedule to see how this D will impact on E when it's updated out of the sequence. So now schedule on 1st of August. See, that's totally the different. That's totally different from retained logic. So D is now following its own relationship after E. E continues after finishing D. So it means if D is done, so E will continue. It will not, it will ignore C, B, A. It will ignore all the previous relationship. It will just progress override and it will continue its work. So for example, some activities which have a direct constraints and doing on the project, so we do that activities that should be based on any approval or any environmental approval or any hydrological approval on projects. We need an approval from our clients, a direct consultation with client, public consultation with client. So environmental impact assessment, like other reports which allow the design work. So we continue after that one. So if the out of sequence activity done on time or before time or given on before time, so we can do that work on progress override because it do not depend on previous activities. So this option we can also use when scheduling using progress override. Primavera P6 ignores the relationship between the activities and schedules any remaining duration of the out of sequence activity from the data date. So it will not consider any of other date, it will just schedule and go on. So we will see the third option. Here is also third option. That's not much used, but we will also show. So that one is retained logic, it is retained here. Now we will see here the third option, that is actual dates. So actual dates is like the same as progress override, but actual dates is a manual process. It's a completely a manual process. In it's you can add the activities manually here, like you can see here. I will show you. It's the same progress override. You can add the activities like manually here. So actually actual dates are not much considerable. So retained logic and progress override, these both options are mostly used. So I have explained you briefly about retained logic and progress override while updating an out of sequence activity. In next upcoming video I will show you how to filter your out of sequence activity, because when you have a project of 1000 or 2000 activities, so we need to filter that activities, or we need to find out which activities updated out of sequence. So if you are updating out of sequence activity, it means you are just going through your CPM and your CPM is not accurate, and in every update maybe CPM is changed. So how to find out your out of sequence easily and manage all your out of sequence activities to maintain your CPM in Primavera P6. So subscribe my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon, like, share and comment, and please comment us below if you required any video or if you have any suggestion, we can make a video on it.